Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Palm Beach Skate Zone here in Lake Worth, Florida for tonight's contest between the USF Bulls and the Lynn University Fighting Knights. Hi everybody, Sam Gelfand here. I'm not going to lie to you, this is going to be a tough one for Lynn University. Of their 6 opening day starters, they're now down to 2. Injuries have plagued this Fighting Knights squad. They're on a 5-game losing streak as a result. That does not mean that they're not playing hard. It's just so hard to overcome the injury bug, especially considering the severity of some of those injuries that we have seen this year. Meanwhile, USF is coming in on a high note. They are a very good, very formidable team. And this is going to be a tough test for the Fighting Knights, beyond a shadow of a doubt. So we'll be right back in just a moment with the starting lineups and the national anthem. Sam Gelfand here alongside Emily Luminello and Hugo Sapazzi, our 3-person broadcast crew, because guess what? They didn't show up on the ice, and they didn't show up in the booth tonight either. So we're going to have some fun, and we're thankful that you are joining us as well. Stick around. We'll be right back in a moment.
We appreciate the sponsors making this broadcast possible. Adidas, you got this. Bauer Hockey, everything for the game. Del Moro's Delray Beach, fresh pasta to go. Goldie's Gang, giving children the experiences of a lifetime. Howie's Hockey Tape, the world's highest quality hockey tape. The Boca Lobster Roll Company, now an independent franchise. The Palm Beach County Sports Commission, unrivaled in every way. Pure Passion Fitness, we do this out of pure passion. Ramen Lab Eatery, where flavor meets finesse. And Team Coalition, techniques for effective alcohol management. Fighting Knights fans, we need your help. Club sports rely on the generosity of viewers like you to afford equipment, facilities, and...
At the Oliver forward, number 24, Zachary Fear. At center, number 22, Max Mudge. On defense, number 3, Ryan Durst. Also on defense, number 8, Pearson Lee. And in goal, number 33, Ryan Koch. And now introducing the starting lineup for your Lynn University Fighting Knights.
It's hockey time in Lake Worth. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Sam Gelfand here on behalf of this three-person, otherwise student-run broadcast crew. Looks like we're having a little bit of trouble right now with the internet, and we apologize. There's nothing we can really do about that. We're just going to have to hope that it shapes up as this game continues. Lynn University right now really has nothing left to lose. That's the resounding conclusion that the team has reached, at least according to my discussions with them. I mean, look, when you're down several players, several starters, no less, what else can you do? You've got nothing to lose. You might as well just go for it, play all out, and have some fun out there. So that's about what we're going to see. And we are underway. USF takes the opening faceoff. That's Ryan first now, sending it down the ice. Patterson trying to get to it. Max Muoji with a shot poked out of harm's way. That's Brody Dixon in the net for the Fighting Knights tonight. Pearson Lee taking it around the bend. Just so you folks at home know, usually we get a nice big roster from both of these teams with large numbers and everything's in order. Right now for USF, all they have been able to give us is a phone picture of a roster that is out of order. So we're going to do our best to bring you that accurate information as we get it. Already in this early going, it's easy to see just how proficient the Bulls have been as that shot goes wide of Dixon. Sent down the way. And the quick shot from Ben Merrill is off the mark. The Bulls trying to get it out of harm's way now. That is indeed poked away by Jackson Keller. Pass misses Keller and goes to the boards. That phone photo of a roster I was given, by the way, it's also handwritten, so bear with me. To Keller now, and a save by Dixon, his first of the night. Dixon from Great River, New York, played with the Junior Islanders and the Long Island Arrows as he makes a save. If there is one thing that the Fighting Knights have plenty of, though, it is great goalie play. They are down Matt Carter right now, but they have 3 more goalies, and all of them are incredibly proficient. It's not something you often see at any level. As there's a big tie-up there with Dixon. Sent round the bend. Backwards now to John Cooper. Tries to find Keller. He can't. It is taken away by Stebbins. And now Scapatulo up on the boards, trying to get something done. Scapatulo's parents came in today all the way from Boston. Sure, he'd love to score in front of him, as there's a save by Dixon, a very long shot from behind the blue line. Around the way, it's Ethan, I think that's Ethan Keren, according to this handwriting. If it's Cullen or something else, I do apologize. We're working with what we got. Down to Scapatulo, tries to poke it in, and well defended by Ryan Koch, the USF Bulls goalie. Backhanded pass attempted by Daniil Bogdanov, but the defense just too much as Stebbins and Kaplan tied up in the corner alongside Aaron Chalua, I believe that is. Another save by Dixon. Three minutes elapsed, and this is the first face-off we've seen. Pretty good track record considering some of the games that we have seen here. As Quinn Judge now was trying to get something going, but that USF defense just too much in the early running. Long shot, save by Dixon. Now behind the goal, it's Shalua taken away. Kaplan weaving, tries to take the shot, can't quite get the stick on it. And that's a big wasted opportunity for the Fighting Knights, taken around by Jonathan Heller. Passed down now to Kevin Rosello. Judge throwing out his flow as Dixon makes a nice glove save. Just so you at home know, we do once again know that there's some internet issues. We apologize if the broadcast is coming across choppy. If it turns out that it's too choppy upon review, we will upload a clearer version after the game so you can have a better viewing experience after the fact. Tie up in the boards by the Lynn bench. Long shot deflected by Dixon. That shot taken by Enzo DeGasperis, I think this handwriting is. Could we have not gotten a printer? Look, I just speak pretty. I'm not in charge. Big opportunity for the Fighting Knights, but Coke just too much. Pass off the boards himself is DeGasperis. Lattis, trying to be pesky, gets through, but gets a whistle. Lattis, little contact to the back. I don't think the referees like that. Line change. McKiernan, Sexton, and Ian Urim coming on for the Fighting Knights. More teams should take an example from Lynn. Have the names on the backs of the jerseys. Helps when you have a handwritten roster that's not in numerical order. Either way, fighting by the red line now. USF comes up with it. Patterson's going to beat him there. Sends it down the boards. Urim controlling. Neither team's been able to get too much offense going so far as Sexton takes a big hit courtesy of Shai Haley. Now it's Ryan first in the boards. Competing with McKiernan, gets past and sent backwards by Sexton. As some of you seem to already be aware, we do have a live comment section here on YouTube, and we're taking a look at it, so if there's anything you'd like to share with us, anything that you'd like us to know, we'd love to hear it, and if we like it, we might even read it out on the air. How about that? Thank you, Jay Ramsey 440. It is Keren. Ethan Keren. I blame whoever it is that wrote this roster. Scapitulo tries to poke the puck away. Almost got his opposite number in a headlock. Pearson Lee able to get out of the way, though. Scapitulo, an incredibly physical player. I don't think we're going to stop showing that replay of his fight from the first game of the season all season, as Towns Haley, the captain, sends it off the boards and into the netting out of play. You know, it is Family and Parents Weekend at Lynn University, and family of so many of these players are in town right now actually watching the game. You can see them not just in the stands, but beyond the boards on Lynn's side of the ice. And even still, according to our comments, we've still got people watching in places such as New Hampshire. How exotic. I feel like people probably say the same about Florida, right? Incredible power off the shot from Bryson Uhrig, but he didn't have the accuracy. That puck disappeared in a jiffy. You got to imagine that Brody Dixon is sweating bullets under that mask, hoping that a slap shot like that doesn't come his way. Now here's Scapitulo. Scapitulo tries to find Stebbins, passes in front of him, taken away by the Bulls. That's John Cooper. Scapitulo gets there first. A veteran of this Lynn squad and a very productive player, even if an aggressive one. Long shot, the deflection from Andre wasn't able to get any closer. Now Andre, shot wide left. Andre bats the puck out of the air now. And the ref's not a fan. Looks like we're getting a face-off on Lynn's side of the ice now. Mason Kaplan and Zach Fleer on that face-off. Now here's Judge. Passing across the way, misses Doughty. And the one-timer can't connect. Now here's Doughty. Backhanded shot wide left. The put-in attempt by Kaplan off the side of the net. Kaplan now. Round the back. Pass is deflected by the Bulls. Here's Muoji. Taken away. It's Judge again. Over to Doughty. Doughty, shot goes off the leg of a defender. And Uhrig tries to get it out of harm's way. Another puck goes out of play. Usually we don't see this many pucks going out of play at any given time. It speaks to a lot of power, but not a lot of control. You know, that's the fatal flaw of so many players at so many different levels. Because it's very easy to have power, especially if you're a good athlete, but control is just not an easy thing to acquire. That takes a lot of practice, a lot of reps, a lot of experience. That shot dangerous, but wide right. Merrill takes a man off his feet. That's Jackson Keller, who is now wearing a little bit of ice. Around behind the X, Keren tries for a one-timer. And another shot attempt. I believe that went off the glove of Dixon. I think you can credit him with a save. Let's see it again in slow motion. Some good awareness from the goalie for sure. Decent defense, deflected. That either went off the crossbar or his glove. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. Looks like we got some family of Cooper Sexton watching right now, all the way from Ohio. Troy, Ohio, if my notes are correct. Sorry to dox you. Chase Devon's parents are currently here from Connecticut, according to the comment section. And Joe Poirier's parents are here from Quebec as well. They taught me how to properly say their last name, Poirier. I'm still not going to be able to do it. Dixon right into the glove, snags the line drive, and a standing ovation from the parents beyond the boards. Great snag. There are the parents right there. And they are not afraid to let their feelings be heard. Let me tell you, we met at the pregame tailgate. Broke bread, and by bread I mean pizza. At least one of them also refs ice hockey, so they're going to be opinionated. You might hear them all the way from over here in the broadcast booth. Another extremely powerful shot out of play, this time off the stick of Enzo DeGasperis. The Pattersons are watching in Vermont as well. You know, that's why we love being able to bring you a broadcast like this, is we've got so many friends and family we're able to connect from all over the country, all over North America, and on occasion all over the world. I've been doing this for 13 years. I've had viewers from as far away as Hong Kong for games down here in Florida, so you just never know. If you think that you're watching from the furthest away, let us know in the comments section. And you know, this is one of the games where we might have a good chance at finding that person from an extreme distance, because Lynn University has an incredibly well-traveled team. There's only one person on the entire roster who is from South Florida. Couple of poking attempts. Dixon, too much. 3 shots in a row, 3 off the blocker. Here's another. Another off the blocker. Dixon is heating up. Bogdanov passing it around. Now it's DeGasperis. And some competitive defense from the Fighting Knights. Now it's Dixon. The other Dixon. There's two Dixons on this team. Cole Dixon, the forward, and Brody Dixon in the net. Now Stebbins pushing up to Andre. Deflected. Net is sent well out of position. Could you imagine if that's the position that nets had to be in? We've got to fight. Surprise, surprise, it's Jared Scapatullo mixing it up with Marc-Andre, and now they're having to be separated. There is bad blood on the ice, even if it has not yet been spilled. It's very clear that they would like to. Scapatullo is still mouthing off. I'm hearing F-bombs being dropped from both benches, possibly the ice as well. Scapatullo saying, "Are you serious?" He may have a major here. Let's see if we got this. There's the beginning stages. Yeah, the captains are going to have to sort this out. We may be down a player already as Towns Haley trying to plead his case to the referees down in front of us. It's just a two. It looks, I heard the words 2-minute minor. If Lynn only gets a 2-minute minor after that, they're going to be lucky. Yeah, that's a major. It's a 2 and a 10. And as we seek more clarification, let's talk about Jared Scapatullo, shall we? This was the first game of the season. This set the tone. I'm currently looking down to see if Scapatullo's parents are proud of him for that. And frankly, someone who fights like that, they might be. He's fiery, there's no doubt about that. He's good at firing up a team. Also had 7 goals and 4 assists last season. The sophomore from Linfield, Massachusetts. So in the sin bin for 2 minutes is Scapatullo. So yeah, somehow they got lucky. That's a minor? They'll take it. Though it looks like we're still getting some clarification on the bench. Hey, I think the internet fixed itself. We've got connection again. That's good. Either way, we are back underway. And the Bulls on the attack. Though Nick Nochi now, well, he couldn't quite get it out of harm's way. He almost took it across the red line. The Bulls trying to get something going. It's Grant Dietz, who can't find his man. Looking for Muoji. It is so bizarre reading a roster off of my phone. It has been years since I had to do this. That's how the cookie crumbles. In the corner, Bulls trying to set something up. A 1-2-3 stop by Dixon, and so is the fourth. Brody Dixon, just a sophomore, and he's putting on a show. He has in almost every appearance so far this year. Last year at an .846 save percentage, he has well exceeded that so far. 1:12 left in the power play. Coming around is Muoji. Big save by Dixon. Some great flexibility. Does he do yoga? Right in front of the net. The one-timer connects for Jonathan Heller. And the Bulls have a power play goal. Appreciate the clarification in the comments. That is not Muoji, that is Mudge. I told you, Hugo, our producer, that this handwriting was going to come back to bite us. I don't know who wrote it. I'm blaming them. 55 seconds, according to the scoreboard, still remain in the power play. It is. But it's 5-on-5. So I guess they just didn't take it off. Yeah, that's kind of against the basic rules of hockey. I'm not sure why that's going on. Either way, taking it down the ice is Mudge, not Muoji, but Mudge. His family currently watching this game from Washington. That's Washington State out by Seattle, according to the comment sections. Des Moines, Washington. How'd you get there from Iowa? Big save by Dixon off the powerful slap shot. Lee now trying to dangle. Trying to get past Doughty as well. Wraps around the boards. Finds Mudge. Mudge pushed into the corner. And there's a lot of competition there. Mason Kaplan fighting for it as well. Eventually the Bulls get it, but that is Jackson Doughty who bats that down. Bulls resetting now on their side of the ice. Whether you're in New Hampshire, Washington, or anywhere in between, we appreciate every single one of you for tuning in. Shot is deflected off the stick. That was Pearson Lee attempting to get something going. And sure, we're still in the first period, but you do have to give some respect to the Fighting Knights for sticking with it, hanging in to the level they have. They've been playing very proficient defense, even if their offense hasn't quite gotten going. After all, almost everyone who is out, including Tommy Asaro, Matt Diddick, and Mason Marie, they're all forwards. They all have huge goal productivity. I'm using words like productivity. Can you tell that I started an office job 2 weeks ago? Nice save by Koch off the blocker. Now Patterson gets there. Tries to send it round the boards. And Merrill now in a foot race. It is sent away down to center ice. And all the way across the red circle. Lattice now hit into the boards. Still trying to do something with it. Trying to chip it to Merrill, but the pass is too high. Tried for another one-timer attempt to Lattice. That pass too high as well. Puck taken to the air. It's just not grounded enough to be able to get a handle on it. You might even say these passes are too ferocious as Lattice tries to shovel it in, backhanded, stopped by Koch. One of the best offensive opportunities that the Fighting Knights have gotten so far tonight. A really nice shot attempt, too, from Lattice, going the opposite way, backhanded, but literally 9 times out of 10, the goalie's going to beat you. It's a game of numbers. Heller now taking it round. He's got a goal to his name. Chalua has it taken away. Bogdanov calling for it, but tied up it's Chalua. Back out and deflected by Dixon. Heller with another shot. He really wanted it. Andre with a big hit behind the net. And the pass goes awry off Kevin Rosello. There's an icing. 6:47 remains in the first period. The first period of play brought to you by Adidas. You got this. We love our sponsors here at Lynn University. We do our best not to have actual advertisements you have to watch, but we appreciate everyone who's able to contribute and keep this team going because it is a expensive effort to run a hockey team. Shot by the net, deflected by any number of defensemen. Take your pick. As Stebbins all alone going down the ice and can't get the shot off. Now competing for it. And he takes a little elbow to the face from the looks of it. Heller getting a little aggressive. Skating himself. Fancy moves. Deeks his man. Deeks another. Puck is poked away. Can't get the shot off. Still a highlight reel play based on the puck handling alone. Now McKiernan trying to get to it. Part of this very strong freshman class. Haley on the defense. Dixon able to get it out of harm's way. Wrapping around the boards now is Rocha. Kaplan takes it around, goes into the boards, and passes it off underneath us. Kaplan trips, tries to poke it out to Judge, but it is taken away by DeGasperis. DeGasperis now gets it around right into the chest of Dixon. Hard hit to the chest. It's never fun to take a slap shot to the chest, but that's why they wear the pads. Good attempt as well. Nice shot. Better goalie work. Face off directly into the boards. We once again ask all players to keep the action to the other side of the ice so that our cameras can get it. Not like they can hear us as DeGasperis sends it out right to the Fighting Knights. 5 minutes remain in the first period. One-timer, so much power from Grant Dietz, and once again out of play. I mean, that didn't even look like a slap shot. That looked more like a wrist shot to me. Very impressive that he's able to generate that much power. Taken away by the Bulls. Not much power on that shot, and Dixon able to stop it. Stops another as well. 2 in a row as that is shoveled out of play by the Fighting Knights. Lynn University coming off a bit of a road trip, spent last weekend in Nashville, Tennessee. Playing Middle Tennessee. In 2 games, they fell in the first one 10-5, lost the second one 5-4 in overtime, according to program director Ted Curtis. That was the best game they've had all season. Did not go their way, though. Still impressive results considering Middle Tennessee won the entire division last year and are poised to do so again. Taken away by Dietz. Softer shot, stopped by Dixon. Butterfly save. Big hit by Ben Merrill as well, as he's playing some decent defense out there. And now Lattice can't quite get it. But you know who does? Cole Dixon. Dixon takes a massive hit in the boards as the whistle is blown. Though he looks to be okay. The last thing that the Fighting Knights need is more injuries. Because it'd be one thing if, they simply had players who were injured. That happens all the time. The shocking thing is that the large majority of injuries that we have seen this year are potentially season-ending. Andre pokes it out. Stebbins can't quite get there. And taking it around is Fleer. Pass interdicted by Patterson. And now Rocha will get there first, except the icing will. Also of note, of the injuries which the Fighting Knights have suffered, Mason Marie has a shoulder injury that has benched him, it looks like, possibly for the season. Everyone else, all leg injuries. I guess that's natural when you're carrying a lot of weight around and getting knocked to the ground a lot. It's more common that your leg's going to buckle. Rocha able to stop that shot, and it goes out of play. Now, if I was a doctor, I'd tell you exactly why all but one of these injuries are leg injuries, but instead all I can do is speculate. And that's, well, sometimes speculating is more fun. It means you don't have to be accurate. I can speculate that the leg injuries are caused by Martians. Doesn't mean that that's true. This means I got a few screws loose. But if you've watched our broadcast this year, you know that already. Rocha loses the puck. Judge is there. The Judge's flow is growing in nicely as Patterson takes a shot from behind the blue line, stopped by Koch. Doughty now directly underneath us. Another behind the blue line shot, and the line drive snagged by Koch, though he places it on the ground. Doesn't want that clock to stop. 2:40 left in the first period. Uhrig now trying to do it all himself, wrapping around the goal, has to settle to pass. You go back the opposite way to Lee. Lee wrapping around the boards. Mudge passes it off as well, taken away by Doughty. It's a foot race. Judge trying to get there. Koch out of the goal. Beats him there. Kaplan now down the boards. 2 minutes remaining, and Towns-Hilly, the captain, is barking orders to the bench. Here's Uhrig tied up with Poirier. There's like a h sound in there, I was told. It's Poirier, something like that. I don't speak French. I just hope they understand I'm trying. Tied up underneath us, but the Bulls come up with it. A desperate shot, fended off by a nonchalant Dixon, and that pass goes out of play. Poirier, I think it is. Poirier. It's not, it's P-O-I-R-I-E-R. What is up with the French language? I mean, I know English is tough. I've spoken to plenty of non-English speakers who've had to learn it, and it's a tough language, but there's consonants that aren't even here. But enough of my frustration with the French, or the Quebecois to be specific, as Merrill now fights off several men, trying to get something going. Noche with a shot, but not enough power on it, deflected by the defense. Taking it down the ice now. Kevin Tompikov with that attempt. Now Lattis the other way. Pushing up, backhanded Merrill, no! A stop by Koch. And the pass misses Patterson with 50 seconds left in the first period. That was another fantastic offensive attempt for Lynn, but nothing showing. The Fighting Knights, I believe, have only been shut out once this season. You saw it on our last broadcast as Dixon snags one out of the air. That was their second game against UCF. UCF was probably responsible for about half those injuries to Lynn University. What a team of bruisers. There's that great offensive attempt, and Koch with an excellent stop. He's showing off in goal as well. We're looking at a goalie duel so far. Couple of fresh players in for the face-off. That was Stebbins and Rosello. The Bulls want one more before this period's over. Fighting near the net, getting it out of the way. Past the blue line, that clears. That could be icing with 13 seconds left. As Urim now just trying to get there. Both of these teams want one more shot before they go back to the locker room. 5 seconds. Saucer pass past the blue line. And time expires. 1-0. And the Bulls are already on top. So far, we're looking at a goalie duel here in Lake Worth. Brody Dixon and Koch. What's his first name again? Ryan Koch. This is, by the way, just so you know, this is what I'm working with right now. This is our roster for USF. If you can read half of these names, you're better than me. I'm going to be honest. Rant aside, Ryan Koch and Brody Dixon putting on clinics in their respective goals so far, and that may be the story we end up seeing all night long. But USF on the board first, 1-0, and typically the team that scores first tends to do better in the contest. So will that be the case tonight? Only one way to find out, and that's to stick with us here live on YouTube. Sam Gelfand here, so happy that you're joining us. We will be back in 14 minutes with the start of period number 2. Do not go anywhere.
We appreciate the sponsors making this broadcast possible. Adidas, you got this. Bauer Hockey, everything for the game. Dalmoro's Delray Beach, fresh pasta to go. Goldie's Gang, giving children the experiences of a lifetime. Howie's Hockey Tape, the world's highest quality hockey tape. The Boca Lobster Roll Company, now an independent franchise. The Palm Beach County Sports Commission, unrivaled in every way. Pure Passion Fitness, we do this out of pure passion. Ramen Lab Eatery, where flavor meets finesse. And Team Coalition, techniques for effective alcohol management. Fighting Knights fans, we need your help. Club sports rely on the generosity of viewers like you to afford equipment, facilities, and travel. Your kindness keeps our program going. Simply visit www.linhockey.com and click Donate to make a difference. We appreciate all of your support. Now let's meet this year's broadcast crew. Play-by-play broadcaster and executive producer Sam Gelfand. Director-producers Anthony DeGasperis and Hugo Sapazzi. Camera operators Mariah Hathorne, Emily Luminello, and Keren Nadler, and other Lynn University student volunteers. We'll be right back with more Fighting Knights ice hockey action. We appreciate the sponsors making this broadcast possible. Adidas, you got this. Bauer Hockey, everything for the game. Dalmoro's Delray Beach, fresh pasta to go. Goldie's Gang, giving children the experiences of a lifetime. Howie's Hockey Tape, the world's highest quality hockey tape. The Boca Lobster Roll Company, now an independent franchise. The Palm Beach County Sports Commission, unrivaled in every way. Pure Passion Fitness, we do this out of pure passion. Ramen Lab Eatery, where flavor meets finesse. And Team Coalition, techniques for effective alcohol management. Fighting Knights fans, we need your help. Club sports rely on the generosity of viewers like you to afford equipment, facilities, and travel. Your kindness keeps our program going. Simply visit www.lynnhockey.com and click Donate to make a difference. We appreciate all of your support. Now let's meet this year's broadcast crew. Play-by-play broadcaster and executive producer Sam Gelfand. Director-producers Anthony DeGasperis and Hugo Sapazzi. Camera operators Mariah Hathorne, Emily Luminello, and Keren Nadler, and other Lynn University student volunteers. We'll be right back with more Fighting Knights ice hockey action. We appreciate the sponsors making this broadcast possible. Adidas, you got this. Bauer Hockey, everything for the game. Dalmoro's Delray Beach, fresh pasta to go. Goldie's Gang, giving children the experiences of a lifetime. Howie's Hockey Tape, the world's highest quality hockey tape. The Boca Lobster Roll Company, now an independent franchise. The Palm Beach County Sports Commission, unrivaled in every way. Pure Passion Fitness, we do this out of pure passion. Ramen Lab Eatery, where flavor meets finesse. And Team Coalition, techniques for effective alcohol management. Fighting Knights fans, we need your help. Club sports rely on the generosity of viewers like you to afford equipment, facilities, and travel. Your kindness keeps our program going. Simply visit www.lynnhockey.com and click Donate to make a difference. We appreciate all of your support. Now let's meet this year's broadcast crew. Play-by-play broadcaster and executive producer Sam Gelfand. Director-producers Anthony DeGasperis and Hugo Sapazzi. Camera operators Mariah Hathorne, Emily Luminello, and Keren Nadler, and other Lynn University student volunteers. We'll be right back with more Fighting Knights ice hockey action. We appreciate the sponsors making this broadcast possible. Adidas, you got this. Bauer Hockey, everything for the game. Dalmoro's Delray Beach, fresh pasta to go. Goldie's Gang, giving children the experiences of a lifetime. Howie's Hockey Tape, the world's highest quality hockey tape. The Boca Lobster Roll Company, now an independent franchise. The Palm Beach County Sports Commission, unrivaled in every way. Pure Passion Fitness, we do this out of pure passion. Ramen Lab Eatery, where flavor meets finesse. And Team Coalition, techniques for effective alcohol management. Fighting Knights fans, we need your help. Club sports rely on the generosity of viewers like you to afford equipment, facilities, and travel. Your kindness keeps our program going. Simply visit www.linhockey.com and click Donate to make a difference. We appreciate all of your support. Now let's meet this year's broadcast crew. Play-by-play broadcaster and executive producer Sam Gelfand. Director-producers Anthony DeGasperis and Hugo Sapazzi. Camera operators Mariah Hathorne, Emily Luminello, and Keren Nadler, and other Lynn University student volunteers. We'll be right back with more Fighting Knights ice hockey action.
We are back, ladies and gentlemen, with period number 2. Appreciate you joining us. Sam Gelfand here on the call alongside our producer Hugo Sapazzi and our camera operator Emily Luminello. Aside from me, this is an entirely student-run broadcast, and we are so happy that we are able to bring this quality and this educational opportunity to so many students. Of course, we usually have about 5 up here. Today we have 2, but that's a running theme today, is a lack of manpower, as Lynn University is still struggling with it. Down several starters to injury and several other players besides that. Owen Murphy, for instance, the freshman defender, is currently serving a 1-game suspension due to verbal, unsportsmanlike conduct last Saturday against Middle Tennessee. The second period of play is brought to you by Bauer. Everything for the game. I have to say that because that's how I get paid. And let me tell you, I used to hate advertisements, watching them on TV, until I became a TV sports anchor, and I realized that's how my salary got paid. Now I love advertisements. At least when it benefits me personally. We're about to be back underway. The Bulls currently leading 1-0. And they win the second faceoff. And the second period is underway. Some fresh ice out there. You can see it as they're skating around. Gotta love a nice fresh surface. As Towns Haley try to get a long shot on goal off, nothing doing. Perhaps the most memorable thing we saw in the first period, that fight with Jared Scapitulo involved. I was just speaking with members of his family during the break. He has something like 5 members of his family at this game tonight to see him. His dad told me, no, he was not proud. And believe it or not, he's not like that at all at home. He's just got that competitive edge. Shot goes off the crossbar and audible awes coming from the Bulls bench. But hey, a fiery personality can really benefit a player as long as he's able to back it up. And beyond the boards back there, you can see so many of those family members. It is Friends and Family Weekend at Lynn University, so they're all in town. Ben Merrill intercepts the pass. Quick shot off, defended by Koch. A point-blank misfire for the Fighting Knights. And the score sheet still remains spotless for USF. Haley able to deflect the puck as Jacob Duhaime was angling. Now it's Merrill again. Second time, still defended. Lightning strikes twice for Koch. Nochi has it taken away, gets past Lattis, and a big elbow hit to Patterson fires up the Lynn bench. Lattis now across the blue line. 3 men to work with off the skate of John Cooper. And the ref's getting in there quickly in case we get any more testiness. But Scapitulo is back on the ice, ladies and gentlemen. Honestly, I expected a standing ovation from his family, but they're keeping their hands by their side. It's amazing how once he's on the ice, all eyes naturally go on him. It's a bit like 90s Howard Stern. You just got to see what happens next. Dixon traps it before Dixon can get there. Are they related? No one seems to know. Imagine if there were 2 players with the same last name on this team, similar ages, not related. I mean, there certainly has to be other cases of that happening. I'm sure I've seen it before somewhere in sports as USF back on the attack. Backhanded pass. Tries to get one off. High and wide off of Urig's stick. The Bulls trying again. Andre sent it right back to Cooper across the way. Scapitulo pushing up. Scapitulo being productive this year. Had a couple of goals up in Nashville over the last weekend. One-timer attempt by the goal. Gets in! And the USF Bulls go up 2-0. A bit of competition by the net, and Zachary Fleer able to get it in. A great assist, too. Bryson Urig with the assist. Bryson Urig with the assist. Zachary Fleer with the goal. And it is 2-0. USF social media director says the goalie's name is pronounced Koch, not Koch. Well, thank you for correcting me. It'd still be nice if we got a proper roster up here. I digress. Man, just be lucky I can read the name. In case you didn't see it before the break, because I'm not going to stop complaining about it. This is the roster that we're working with. It's handwritten, it's on a phone, it's out of numerical order. We do what we can. We got a game going on. That's more important than my fetching, though. DeGasperis is number 15. Can you believe it, Hugo, our producer? We're actually getting help. Sent across the way and just beyond the stick of Fleer. Now Fleer has it poked away, but Judge, Fleer gets it back. Dangling near the net, save by Dixon! Don't worry, social media director, it's not your fault that we don't have a proper roster. I blame society for no good reason. 16:53 remaining in the second period, and now the Bulls have one goal in each period. Both of them taking advantage of some real close to the net action. And that's likely the strategy that the USF's going to keep employing. I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Merrill can't quite get that taken away. Rosella with a shot high and wide. Why did the music suddenly go up like 30 decibels? I'm sure you could hear that through my headset. That was... I thought I was going crazy for a moment. Haley wraps it around the boards, trying to get it to Merrill. It's a foot race. He is tripped up by the defense. Lattice has to get it through the ref's legs. Haley, forever and a day away off the side of the net. Nochi fighting, and the Bulls are finally out of the woods. They can't get that shot off, though. And right now, Bogdanov trying to get something going. Competition near the net, and we're getting a stoppage before things get too crazy. And as predicted, USF's trying to get real close to the net, but there was some contact there with Dixon, and you got to nip that in the bud before anything else develops because, I mean, as we've already seen, Lynn is not afraid to get physical, and the USF Bulls are not afraid to score. Unassisted, it is 3-0. Right off the face-off. A little flick of the wrist for Aaron Chalua. And if that's written or pronounced wrong, someone in the comments, please let me know. I had like a team of 3 people before the game trying to look at that one with me, trying to figure out how that one was supposed to be spelled. 15:35 remaining in the second period. As Andre pushes down, Scapatulo hit in the back, and he can't get to the puck, so Andre returns the favor. And now back on the attack are the Bulls. That's Bogdanov who tried to push up. The Fighting Knights just still trying to score, and I'm just trying not to crash out up here. We're having fun. The question, though, of course, is Lynn having as much fun as we are up here? They might have if that shot from me and Urim was a little bit lower. Now Poirier sends it over. Urim trying to get it through. And Poirier able to deflect it. I'm just going with that pronunciation. It's easier. Poirier kicks it away. Another one of the many freshmen on this Lynn squad. It's a very young team. Rebound. Sexton can't quite get there. Dixon traps it and will let the Fighting Knights reset before the Bulls able to put together too much momentum. We've talked a lot about the freshmen because there are a lot of them for Lynn University, and many of them are extremely productive as well. Mason Kaplan, a former Maryland All-State first team. Don McKiernan, Rhode Island All-State second team. Brendan Patterson, Vermont All-State first team. And Cooper Sexton, who we just saw Ohio All-Conference first team, as that face-off is blown dead. Lots of promising young talent on this Fighting Knights squad, but it takes time to develop and get there, especially at the college level. When you're new to the dance, it can be hard to keep up. Yeah, I thought I should introduce some facts to this broadcast for like the first time all night. Kahlua is 27? Cholula, or it says Cholula pronounced like the drink Kahlua. So does that mean it's Cholula or it's pronounced Kahlua? Please clarify. I'm going to have to redo that goal call for the highlights. Either way, pushing up is USF, and a deflected pass is the only reason it's not 4-0. Kaplan now trying to get the momentum going, trying to speed things up. Patterson, long shot, wide left. Another shot over the shoulder. It's Rocha. Evan Rocha lights up the Bulls and puts the Fighting Knights on the board. Coming out of nowhere, a split second is all it takes. From right in front of the blue line. Rocha sniping, and the Bulls paying for it. And that is a huge confidence booster for Lynn University. Its impact cannot be overstated. We're just about halfway through the game, and finally they're on the board. They can do it. Now they're back on the attack. Merrill deflected by Koch. I'm gonna get it. I got it half. Oh, goodness, I'm crashing out. Okay. Oh my God, did I shout what I thought I shouted? Oh, I hope I didn't. Okay. Patterson now to Merrill, but it is deflected. Is this around the point where I start saying that I pride myself and think of myself as a man of faith, as there's a deep drive to left field and a home run by Castellanos makes it a 2-run ball game? There's a hockey game going on as that one is taken away by Evan Rocha. Pushing up now to Merrill. Merrill is dangerous, and he gets one through! 3-2! The Knights are not out of it! And all of a sudden, there's a very different energy in the air. Ben Merrill, the sophomore left winger, 18 goals last season leading the team, and he's got one tonight. The professional pilot major is soaring towards a tie game. Not quite there yet, though. He's a little far away from his destination, as are the rest of the Knights, as Scapatullo comes onto the ice now. Well, this energy is totally different. As Dowdy has the puck, sends it off to Scapatullo. It is pushed out of the way by the defense. That pendulum of momentum is swinging. Haley now with a quick chip, and that goes off the boards. Kaplan gets there first. Wrapping around to Doty, taken away by the Bulls. Off the boards, and Haley keeps it on the USF side of the ice. Tries to do so again. Scapatullo now up against the far side. Wraps it around. 12.5 minutes left in the second period as Kaplan will get there first. Takes the shot. Save by Koch. Poirier deflects the pass. Kaplan wrapping around. I think Haley's shot just went straight into the chest. As Merrill now pushing up. He wants another. Shot off the blocker of Koch. A couple of nice saves for him now. Now pushing up. Save by Dixon. Great shot attempt from Keren. Lottis off to Merrill through the skates. To a small ovation from the USF faithful. Now Merrill pushing up off the screen. Koch has to stop it, but he very nearly did it again. Merrill takes a tumble out on the ice, though. appears to be fine. Looks like he just lost his balance. Well, it's a good thing that it was only on the edge of the screen, because otherwise that's on the not top 10. Three against one. Not much was going to happen there for Ryan First. Judge now trying to shovel it off to Andre. Andre fighting for it by the boards. Finds Judge. He's right in front of the net. Now he's going to go behind it. Judge out to Andre. Quick shot. Nothing doing. It's a totally different game now. As First swatted by Dixon. Judge looking at Andre, instead sends it behind him to Dixon. Some fierce defense, can't do much with it. Now wrapping around the X. And USF successfully has a 3-on-2 advantage. Tied up near Dixon, but he puts up a wall. Not out of the woods yet, though. As Andre trying to get that puck, instead, it is hit up into the rafters by Zach Fleer. This may shock you, but that is indeed out of play. Yeah, went into the support beams of the roof, hit a light up there. I don't know why there are lights up there. But there was that couple of big stops from Dixon. As Poirier now. Scott Patullo trying to fight for it, and Koch just has to trap it. Scott Patullo hits his stick in frustration. He wanted that opportunity. He knew that he could have had it. He was just tripped up by the defense. You got to give credit there to John Cooper. Kaplan gets it out. Patterson off the boards. And getting their first are the Bulls. That's Jackson Keller. Sent back round by Cooper. Try to find Rosello like 10 seconds ago. It's hard to read this roster quickly. Bogdanov now pushing up. And Poirier keeps him honest. No, I will not stop complaining this entire broadcast. Scott Patullo on the breakaway. By himself. Tried to take the shot off tried to get it close to Poirier near the net, but wasn't going to happen. Urim now. Tries for a shot himself, and he's forcefully hit back into the boards. Longer shot by Patterson, also deflected by the defense. And now Lynn is starting to crash the net. We're seeing a fierceness from them, a fight from them that we have not seen in quite some time. All of a sudden, they're getting real aggressive. They are keeping control of the puck, and it is an entirely different hockey game out there. If you're a fan of the Fighting Knights or even a coach of the Fighting Knights, you're thinking to yourself, where was this team for the first half of the game? But now it's 3-on-2. Rocha playing defense, and Haley able to avoid some trouble. Fast pass from Merrill is deflected by the Bulls. Now pushing up. Round Haley, trying to dangle. Poked out by Rocha. Did the whistle blow before the goal? It looks like it. They're celebrating like it's official. The goal did come out of position, and now we're just waiting for clarification. USF's going to celebrate like they scored it. And now the referees are conferencing, trying to see what the official ruling is. I heard the word NCAA thrown out there. Though, of course, this is not the NCAA. This is the ACHA. So they're trying to figure out clarification. The captains are asking. Haley says you blew the whistle first, but it looks like they're going to give it to him. It looks like that's a goal for USF. And there are expletives flying left and right from the Lynn bench. Understandably so, just not reproducible. But it's 4-2. Did we get the replay? Yeah. We did get the replay. We can show it to you after this next stoppage. We'll take a look at that goal again. But it is 4-2. That's a game changer because as there's a stop by Koch, not only now is Lynn in a hole, but off of a debatable, in their opinion, call. Quick little poke in there. Looks like that was Daniil Bogdanov with a goal. And an assist, I believe, from Kalua. Sexton with a big hit. And Patterson now tries to find McKiernan. McKiernan on his own. Defense stops it. Putting his body on the line is Jonathan Heller. And they are fired up right now. Stick gets broken as well. There's a shard of it still on the ice. Dixon intercepts the pass. Lynn going round behind the red line, trying to reset. Sexton loses track of the puck. It is taken away by the Bulls. Duras passes it off. Sexton playing defense and gets it to Patterson. Pass down the boards, that's an icing. So that indeed was a goal for Bogdanov, assist by Kalua. Just under 8 minutes remaining in this second period, and this has been a wild one. It's like we're looking at two different games between the first and second period. This one's hard-hitting, fast-paced, high-scoring. From the county line, a shot attempt is deflected by Koch. And our camera just shut off. I'm going to quickly fix that as we're looking at what's going on. There we go, that fixed it. We apologize. The sky is falling here in Lake Worth as Doughty can't quite get his hands on the pass. And the internet's now also going down. Could everything go right for like 5 minutes? Kaplan can't get it off right in front of Koch. And another save by Koch. I got to give credit to our camera operator, Emily. I've never heard anyone so nonchalant about us losing our only camera. Barely stopped by Koch as we've got huge hits into the net. Did that go through? It doesn't look like it, and we've got more fights. An alternate captain, Jackson Doughty, is not happy, and teammate go to the box. Referee's warning Lynn to calm down. I heard the words, "that's done." I'm not quite sure what the... You guys had your chance, he says. I'm not quite sure what he's talking about. I think it's the chirping from the bench. And that's the thing. You can get fired up, but you cannot let it bleed over. You can't let it get... You can't take it out on the refs. You can't get too harsh on the other team. You got to focus. When you're fired up, you got to focus on yourselves. Otherwise, it comes back to bite you. And now Lattis tries to skip it in. It is wide right. Dixon now found Nochi. Stopped by the defense. Taken down ice by Uric. Uric still dangling up in front. Dixon, what a save! Put that on a highlight reel and a half. Lattis now pushing up on his own. It is 2-1. Tries to shovel off to an imaginary forward. And it's the USF puck, but not for too long. Lattice gets it back. Shooting! Deflected by Koch. But let's look at that save by Dixon one more time. Urick dangling past two defenders. That's reminiscent of Henrik Lundqvist. And I don't know if you can give a goalie a higher compliment than that. But I think I saw Lundqvist do that move once, just putting it all out there on the line, laying out, using the blocker. That was beautiful stuff. Skims the top of the wall, but that one keeps going. One-timer attempt, cannot find Urick. Andre missed the hit. You could hear that from the county line. Long shot, high and wide right. 5.5 minutes remaining in the second period. Stebbins now competing with Heller. That is sent back down the ice. Dixon has to poke it out to no one in particular. And another shot from Urick, another save by Dixon. And only because of the previous one can we say that one was less impressive. But still great reaction time from the circle. That is not an easy shot attempt to stop. Once again, we see the internet is chugging a little bit here, and we do apologize. There's not much we can do about it. And if we're going to watch this game back afterwards, and if it's too choppy, we will upload a clean version afterwards. As Kaplan now tries to shovel it off to Judge. Judge gets there. Round to Patterson. Long ways away, straight into the glove of Koch. Just fixing some camera stuff. We wear a lot of hats up here. Appreciate your patience as Judge now wins the face-off, tries to get a shot off quickly right into the glove of Koch. Gee, where have I heard that? Right, let's go, shouts someone on the Lynn bench as they really want to keep this one competitive, and it has been in this second period. Patterson backhands it, can't quite find Doughty. Judge gets there first. Down by us, Patterson gets there, tries to find Kaplan, now it's Doughty. Over to Judge, this young line is making moves, and Koch is making stops. Out now to Kalua. Kalua across the way, tries for the one-timer, can't do it. And Merrill trying to get there now. Right back to Koch with 4 minutes remaining. Bogdanov now tries to find his teammate, instead forced behind the net and tied up in the boards. Powder flying left and right. Sudden stops, trying to do something. Dixon now. Couple of men behind the goal, and now Lynn has to play a little more defensively. Back around the way, Kalua, and taken away by Lattice. Lattice has it poked away. Now it's Merrill. 2-on-1 plus the goalie stopped and deflected by Koch. We've talked about some really impressive Dixon stops, but Koch is putting up a great game out there. .324 remaining in the second period here in Lake Worth. Appreciate all of you joining us, whether you're from the area, whether you're a Lynn faithful or a USF faithful. If you're in Tampa, we have people from New Hampshire to Seattle watching right now. Andre tries to get it to Stebbins right in front of the net. Can't do it. Now Andre back out looking Rocha. Back to Andre. Tied up in the boards. Goes round to Stebbins. Tried to find Scapitulo in front of the net. Haley, long slap shot defended by Koch. Haley tries again to the left. Now it's Stebbins. Consider that a pass. Be nice. Andre down the way to Rocha. And USF is getting a little more physical, too. They're hitting just a little bit harder as Scapitulo goes through the legs to Andre, but the pass, he just cannot wrangle it. Rocha gets it poked away, and USF is on the attack. Great save by Dixon. Off the shot by Max Ratliff. And now it goes back the other way. 2:22 remaining in the second period. Twos all around. Deuce is wild. And so are the Fighting Knights up near the net. Koch with another stop. Pass attempted to Sexton. Instead, now Rocha behind the blue line will get it to Sexton. But a lot of success out in Ohio in his senior year of high school. That's high school. This is college. Less than 2 minutes remain. We appreciate all of you tuning in. We appreciate all of you in the comments section. And we appreciate Dixon in the net, regardless of who you support. Good hockey is universal. Pushing up now is the Bulls. Poirier creates too much adversity for Kevin Topikov. 1:30 remaining now. Quick shovel shot attempt is out of play. Grant Dietz trying to get fancy. That's at least 3 shots of his that have gone out of play. Perhaps if the goal was hanging from the rafters, he would lead the team. Dietz consistently splitting the uprights. Merrill takes it away. He's on the fast break. Beats 2 men. Shot saved by Koch. Enjoy the replay. Right in his face, and Koch still able to make the stop. Now, one thing you do have to appreciate is that aside from the 1 penalty on who else but Scapitulo, only 1 power play this whole game so far. It's been clean hockey, which is often hard to come by at this level. Passing back and forth, but the shot just cannot be sent off. Keren did his best. Merrill now attempts a pass to Lottis. Goes around the way. Big hit into the boards. And the Fighting Knights, and now pushes to the back. Merrill's got to be careful not to get himself tossed, and he does successfully defuse the situation. You know, we talk a lot about fighting skills in hockey. We never talk about hockey conflict resolution skills. Someone's been doing some cognitive behavioral therapy. Now the Bulls pushing up. 1, 2, 3. Dixon, how? 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 That was nuts! That might have been save of the year right there. Lynn bench fired up in 10 seconds if nothing happens. We're showing that to you again, I guarantee it. We're going to show that to you multiple times as there's 3 seconds and it's all but guaranteed that period number 2 is in the books. Hit it, Hugo, the producer. Are you kidding me? That was crazy. No, don't go to anything else yet. No, watch it across the way, and he's sitting down. He's like, how do you move that way? How do you make that stop I have nothing but questions. I wish I had answers for you. Only Brody Dixon has the answers. And that keeps it 4-2. A very different second period than the first. This one is what hockey's all about. I mean, we're seeing some great goals. We're seeing even better stops. The pace has picked up. The action has picked up. They're hitting harder. They're going faster. What more could you ask for in a hockey game other than that? This continues in period number 3. So stick with us. We're going to be right back in 14 minutes with period number 3. 4-2, USF leads over Lynn. Do not dare go anywhere.
We appreciate the sponsors making this broadcast possible. Adidas, you got this. Bauer Hockey, everything for the game. Dalmoro's Delray Beach, fresh pasta to go. Goldie's Gang, giving children the experiences of a lifetime. Howie's Hockey Tape, the world's highest quality hockey tape. The Boca Lobster Roll Company, now an independent franchise. The Palm Beach County Sports Commission, unrivaled in every way. Pure Passion Fitness, we do this out of pure passion. Ramen Lab Eatery, where flavor meets finesse. And Team Coalition, techniques for effective alcohol management. Fighting Knights fans, we need your help. Club sports rely on the generosity of viewers like you to afford equipment, facilities, and travel. Your kindness keeps our program going. Simply visit www.linhockey.com and click Donate to make a difference. We appreciate all of your support. Now let's meet this year's broadcast crew. Play-by-play broadcaster and executive producer Sam Gelfand. Director-producers Anthony DeGasperis and Hugo Sapazzi. Camera operators Mariah Hathorne, Emily Luminello, and Keren Nadler, and other Lynn University student volunteers. We'll be right back with more Fighting Knights ice hockey action. We appreciate the sponsors making this broadcast possible. Adidas, you got this. Bauer Hockey, everything for the game. Dalmoro's Delray Beach, fresh pasta to go. Goldie's Gang, giving children the experiences of a lifetime. Howie's Hockey Tape, the world's highest quality hockey tape. The Boca Lobster Roll Company, now an independent franchise. The Palm Beach County Sports Commission, unrivaled in every way. Pure Passion Fitness, we do this out of pure passion. Ramen Lab Eatery, where flavor meets finesse. And Team Coalition, techniques for effective alcohol management. Fighting Knights fans, we need your help. Club sports rely on the generosity of viewers like you to afford equipment, facilities, and travel. Your kindness keeps our program going. Simply visit www.lynnhockey.com and click Donate to make a difference. We appreciate all of your support. Now let's meet this year's broadcast crew. Play-by-play broadcaster and executive producer Sam Gelfand. Director-producers Anthony DeGasperis and Hugo Sapazzi. Camera operators Mariah Hathorne, Emily Luminello, and Keren Nadler, and other Lynn University student volunteers. We'll be right back with more Fighting Knights ice hockey action. We appreciate the sponsors making this broadcast possible. Adidas, you got this. Bauer Hockey, everything for the game. Del Moro's Delray Beach, fresh pasta to go. Goldie's Gang, giving children the experiences of a lifetime. Howie's Hockey Tape, the world's highest quality hockey tape. The Boca Lobster Roll Company, now an independent franchise. The Palm Beach County Sports Commission, unrivaled in every way. Pure Passion Fitness, we do this out of pure passion. Ramen Lab Eatery, where flavor meets finesse. And Team Coalition, techniques for effective alcohol management. Fighting Knights fans, we need your help. Club sports rely on the generosity of viewers like you to afford equipment, facilities, and travel. Your kindness keeps our program going. Simply visit www.lynnhockey.com and click Donate to make a difference. We appreciate all of your support. Now let's meet this year's broadcast crew. Play-by-play broadcaster and executive producer Sam Gelfand. Director-producers Anthony DeGasperis and Hugo Sapazzi. Camera operators Mariah Hathorne, Emily Luminello, and Keren Nadler, and other Lynn University student volunteers. We'll be right back with more Fighting Knights ice hockey action. We appreciate the sponsors making this broadcast possible. Adidas, you got this. Bauer Hockey, everything for the game. Dalmoro's Delray Beach, fresh pasta to go. Goldie's Gang, giving children the experiences of a lifetime. Howie's Hockey Tape, the world's highest quality hockey tape. The Boca Lobster Roll Company, now an independent franchise. The Palm Beach County Sports Commission, unrivaled in every way. Pure Passion Fitness, we do this out of pure passion. Ramen Lab Eatery, where flavor meets finesse. And Team Coalition, techniques for effective alcohol management. Fighting Knights fans, we need your help. Club sports rely on the generosity of viewers like you to afford equipment, facilities, and travel. Your kindness keeps our program going. Simply visit www.linhockey.com and click Donate to make a difference. We appreciate all of your support. Now let's meet this year's broadcast crew. Play-by-play broadcaster and executive producer Sam Gelfand. Director-producers Anthony DeGasperis and Hugo Sapazzi. Camera operators Mariah Hathorne, Emily Luminello, and Keren Nadler, and other Lynn University student volunteers. We'll be right back with more Fighting Knights ice hockey action.
In case you missed it, here's the goal. Excuse me. In case you missed it, here's the save of the year. Brody Dixon working miracles in the net. One more time. Off balance, on balance, doesn't matter. He's better than you. Oh, yeah. To quote the Macho Man Randy Savage. Brody Dixon at 6'3", 165, somehow went from an .846 save percentage last year to doing that. An incredible transformation just as a sophomore. Had a .918 save percentage with the Long Island Arrows. Also played with the New York Junior Islanders. He's from Great River, New York and Long Island, and he has been putting on a show tonight. Four to 2 as we start the third period, brought to you by Howie's Hockey Tape, the world's strongest hockey tape. We are underway. And to few people surprised, USF on the attack, though that shot is well off the mark. Wrapping around, hoping to try again. Lattice, though, able to take the puck away and nearly hits the referee, which is never a good idea if you want to stay on the referee's good side. I'll tell you from experience, they know it's part of the game, but they'd still rather not get hit. Maybe the stripes act as like dazzle camouflage. Look up dazzle camouflage. That'll send you down a nice Wikipedia rabbit hole. Merrill tries to get the pass. It is taken away, but now he's fighting near the net for it. Excuse me, by the boards for it. Hoping for some reinforcements. Patterson, long shot, stopped by Koch. Dowdy looking for it. And sent back the other way with the Bulls. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, we've got Game 2 of this series tomorrow night at 8. Same time, same place, same YouTube channel. And hopefully we may even have some more help out here as a couple of people get tied up. And a couple players slow to get up. Hopefully Merrill's just taking a quick rest. Looks like that's the case. Same with Jackson Dowdy. And we've got a player heading back to the locker room. Grant Dietz may have just been tossed. Why did he go back to the locker room then? I mean, we have 5 people on the ice. Maybe he forgot something, says Hugo, the producer. I would hope so. I was like, I didn't see anything that bad. Oh, he's grabbing a towel. False alarm. We're all good. Grant Dietz has not been tossed out of the game, but there is a power play for the Fighting Knights. Ethan Keren now in the bad boy box. And this Fighting Knights power play brought to you by Goldie's Gang as Koch grabs one out of the air. Only the second power play we have seen all night from either team. Good shot attempt, good reflexes by Koch. And as said last period, I mean, look, we've been talking about Dixon more, but Koch has been putting up a great performance in the net as well. A little bit of cricket played there by Dixon. I think the stick's too wide to be a baseball bat. That's cricket for sure. Lattice tripped up. And the Lynn bench wants a hooking or a tripping or something as Dixon shoots wide left. 1:15 left in the power play. Merrill, save by Koch. Another great stop, and we're on to a 5-on-3. 2-minute minor now for Zachary Fleer. He is heading to the penalty box as well. 1 minute now for a 5-on-3, and Lynn has to convert on this. I mean, just to stay in this game, to have the morale boost even. They're passing it around. Merrill, lattice, slap shot attempt. Goal is sent out of position. 47 seconds remain in the 5-on-3, 144 in the power play. Last year, the Fighting Knights had a fantastic power play percentage. 21.9%. That was third in College Hockey South. Hasn't quite been as good this year, but they've still been able to convert when needed. Merrill, though, takes a wild swing and a miss on that slap shot attempt. Hey, hitting a hockey puck's really hard. Pass off the skate of Merrill, and the Bulls are chirping. 30 seconds left. Shot near the net. Judge now trying to wrangle it back to Merrill. Pace is picking up. Lattice high, but with a lot of power. 18 seconds remain in the 5-on-3. More shouting going on between these two teams, and understandably so. It's easy to get fired up in a game like this. Poirier now. Around the way to Rocha, who can't connect for his second goal of the night. 10 seconds remain in the 5-on-3. A lucky break for the USF Bulls as they go on the break. It's now just a regular power play. That doesn't mean the Bulls are any less dangerous, and neither is Brody Dixon, as he's got his hands on his head saying, hey, why wasn't there a penalty call? Dixon wants a call. Refs don't seem to be giving him one. And Haley trying to talk to the refs, get some any sort of support or at least some understanding, but we're going to a 4-on-4 as Joe Poirier heads into the pernicious playpen, and all of a sudden a very clean game of hockey has just become a pretty dust-up covered one. Pass interdicted, but the shot was not going to find its mark. Dixon will reset round the bend. So it'll be 30 seconds of a 4-on-4, then 1:15 of a USF power play. If you're having trouble keeping up, I suggest using a calculator. Merrill can't quite find the puck. And Dietz trying to take it down the other way. Instead, it is taken away by Merrill down to Lattice. Puck stopped in its tracks. Dietz now. It is now a USF power play. Dietz dangling stop by Dixon. He is pushed into the net. And that's the second time that we've had contact with Dixon tonight. Nochi gives Dietz quite literally the cold shoulder. And the refs trying to tell the benches to pipe down. And yeah, these two teams are still, they're not happy with each other, and understandably so. I mean, your goalie gets hit in the goal twice. You have to be trying to defend him. Either way, the Bulls on the back foot temporarily before pushing up. Dixon grabs it. Rocha around the bend. 45 seconds remain in the power play as Dixon now going to try to go on offense. Wants a short-handed one. Dangling. He is knocked down, but he still has control of the puck. He's very fast. He's got great control. Taken away now by the Bulls. Down the way, Uhrig couldn't find his man. 25 seconds remain in the power play. Swept around and wide left of Dixon. Shot by Bogdanov there. Resetting, 15 seconds left in the power play. Long shot, deflected up and out by Dixon. He's getting a workout. Fast-paced hockey, lots going on. 9 seconds remain in the power play as we are about to come back. USF wins the face-off. Tough defense, but keeping it together is Ryan Lorius. It's the first we've really seen of him tonight. Lorius gets tripped up, can't find his man, and another one-timer attempt wasted by the Bulls. They've had trouble with it tonight. Shot off the back of the net. Don't get your hopes up. Power play expires. We are back to full strength. That Lynn University penalty kill brought to you by Team Coalition. And some more conflict at the net. You ever notice it's always at the net? Unless you're Jared Scapitulo, it's in the circle. But other than that, it's always within the net. I suppose it mostly speaks to the fierce desire to protect your goalie. But it doesn't look like we're getting any consequences besides a talking to from the officials. Now Patterson, quick shovel off, just wide left of the post. Haley nearly snipes the ref. Back by the blue line, it's Haley again. Can't find Judge, going around the way, Doughty. Judge to Doughty, quick shot off the skate. And the Bulls are pushing up. That's Shy Haley trying to do something, stopped by Dixon. Now Towns Haley, no relation, at least from what I understand. Shot saved by Dixon off the side of the net, another save, and that gets past nearly to his skate. And Brody Dixon's highlight reel is going to be 8 minutes long by the time this game's done. That's one. There's another. And a third. I mean, look where that puck ends up. You can't even track that. Patterson gets it away, can't find the puck, eventually does. Now Doughty, 3-on-1, has to go to his left. Takes the shot, saved by Koch. 13 minutes remain in this contest. A little flick of the wrist. And Shy Haley finds some twine. 5-2, and whatever momentum Lynn was putting together may have just gotten squashed. Still plenty of hockey to play, but a 3-goal lead with 13 minutes remaining can only favor USF. And now they want to do it again. Back on the fast break. Quickly saved by Dixon. An audible ooze from the USF bench. Another one. Another save by Dixon. Nochi deflected. Wraparound. Off the post. And a 5-goal game really does not show how incredible Dixon has been. Good hit there for Cole Lottis. Merrill now down to Poirier, and it is taken away by Pearson Lee. 12 minutes remain. Rocha, Poirier, Lottis. 2-on-1, holds on to it, shovels off high. Poirier, long ways away, glove save by Koch. And you just look at Lynn University, their shoulders are drooping a little bit. Perhaps not quite the confidence they had a couple of minutes ago. Body language tells the story. But it ain't over till it's over, as a baseball luminary once said. Poirier, good defense, and gets it away. Now finds McKiernan. He can't find Urim. Passing, always the name of the game, especially at the ACHA level. What separates the good from the great and the bad from the good, quite frankly. That's Rocha just trying to push up. Koch stops it and hands it off to Heller. Now down the ice. It is taken away from Uric. 11 minutes remain. McKiernan gets a stick on it. Kicks it forward to Scapitulo. Now here's Rocha. Back to Scapitulo. Can't quite get the shot off. And McKiernan tries to poke it away. Uric now trying to find somebody. Down underneath us. Sent away by Lorius. And Dixon staying physical. McKiernan getting tripped up. And Rocha is kept honest. The Bulls speeding up, but Dixon still making saves. A couple of them. Scapitulo now to Stebbins. Clears the blue line, goes backwards. Scapitulo takes the shot. Save by Koch. Tonight's been a great example of how a good goalie can make all the difference. Scapitulo stretching on the boards. You don't see that too often. Hey, if it helps you stretch. USF wins another face-off. They've just eaten on these face-offs all night long, and it's given them plenty of advantages. Haley now tries to send it forward to Scapitulo. It is deflected by Koch, and now the Bulls are back on the fast break. Andre stops it, and Dixon deflects it. Another long shot save by Dixon. Another one. Another fantastic save by Brody Dixon. And another. This is not AI. This happened. 1, 2. No cap. Completely devoid of cap. That's all Brody Dixon. There's a lot of confused parents out there right now. Maybe they should, actually, no, they shouldn't spend more time in Twitch chat. That's probably a very bad idea. Either way, Cole Dixon now pushing up. Trying to do it all himself. Backhanded pass. Finds no one in particular. Kaplan can't find it either. And here's the Bulls. It's 1-on-1. And a very crucial stop to prevent Rosello from getting one off. Sent round the way. Just over 8 minutes remaining in this contest. Dowdy fighting for it, pushing up. Judge will not win that foot race. Instead, Ryan First will. You know, despite the score on the board, I mean, Lynn's defense has looked really good tonight, at least compared to their last few games. Their offense has been able to put some things together as well at points, and it's a lot of good coming out of this for the Fighting Knights, especially considering they're currently on a 5-game losing streak and down 4 of their 6 starters. Another shot deflected. Attempt there for Dietz. Further away, Dixon, another stop. But you knew that already. You could predict it. Well, no, you shouldn't put money on it. No gambling at the college level, but if there was, you could. We do not promote gambling on this broadcast, at least. And yeah, lots of good to take away from this if you're Lynn University, but they don't want a moral victory. They want an actual victory. Moral victories aren't as fun. I'm a New York Jets fan. I know this. All I've ever gotten are moral victories. Kaplan tries to shoot. It is deflected by the defense. It's always a good day for a lobster roll from our friends at the Boca Lobster Roll Company, but today is also National Pasta Day. In case you feel like having a slightly different treat, it's also National Loud Shirt Day, although all of ours up here seem pretty muted. Also the birthday of Eminem, Evel Knievel, and Norm Macdonald. And if you're wondering why Norm Macdonald's on that list, you may not own a doghouse. 7 minutes remaining. Evel Knievel, Eminem, and Norm Macdonald. Those are 3 people I'd like to have dinner with. I don't think anyone else has ever been named Evil. It was kind of a one-and-done thing. Near the net, stop by Dixon. What about Evil Scapitulo? That could kind of fit. Sort of plays like it. And some more danger. A big hit there. And a stop by Dixon yet again. 6.5 minutes left as we go for the face-off. Once again, Sam Gelfand here on the call. Hugo Sapazzi, our producer, and Emily Luminello, our camera operator. 2/3 student run. Lattice trying to push up, but it's taken away by USF. Haley now backhands it, but it goes right to Heller. Gets past Haley. Defense has to try to form a wall. No need when Dixon's right there. Pushed around the front of the net and taken away by Nochi. He finds Merrill, pushed back to Nochi off the skate. Now Dixon trying to go across the way, stopped by the defense. Haley takes a shot himself, deflected, nearly an own goal, but just wide right. Gasps coming from the USF bench. 5.5 minutes left. And Lynn's got to be thinking to themselves, hey, it's not impossible to come back, but time is winding down and those chances are getting slimmer and slimmer. They're playing like they know it. Lattice now back to Dixon, who has the speed. Passes to Stebbins, who's got the better shot, but Koch has the better save. Line change for Lynn. And things are starting to look a little more desperate. Scapitulo back on the ice, winding behind the net, trying to do something. Andre takes a shot high and wide left. Stebbins now gets it back at the red line. He can push up to Scapitulo, takes a shot instead. Koch, save, and it gets poked in by Andre! Lynn has some life left. Marc-Andre, the 6'4" junior, with the goal. Let's take another look at it. Just some great presence of mind coming across the way from Andre. And an assist for Scapitulo on his birthday, no less. That's a present he'd like. He'd sure like a goal even more, though. As Judge pushing up, and it is taken away. Doughty can't get to it either. Bulls pushing up wide right. 4:30 left for Lynn to score 2 goals. Improbable, perhaps not impossible. Now back round the way, right into the glove of Dixon. .4:11 on the clock. And things staying desperate for the Fighting Knights. It's a position they've been in before. Another quick shot, another save by Dixon. What a shocker. Stop me if you've heard that before. Another USF face-off win. Stop me if you've heard that before. One-timer attempt, high and out of play. Stop me if you've heard that before. You know, they say that history doesn't repeat, but it does rhyme. This game's history is just straight up repeating. 4 minutes remain. Another USF face-off win. Boy, I wonder if they're about to send it out of play. Instead, to the right of the goal, taken away by the Fighting Knights. Merrill pushing up to Lattis. Lattis has Nochi right behind him, but he holds onto it himself, wrapping around, tries to get the shot off, saved by Koch. Rocha gets to it. That puck clears. 3.5 minutes left. Haley now by the boards. Saucer pass brought down by the Bulls. Pass attempt is deflected, and this one is intercepted by Rocha. Gets it to Merrill. But some great defense from USF. That's something they can be proud of, as some of the air is leaving the building. Koch makes a stop, dumps it off. The Bulls want to keep this clock running. They do not want another face-off. They do not want Lynn to get any more opportunities. Pass missed, and now here's Lattis, but it's 4-on-1. Stebbins takes a shot, stopped by Koch. The Fighting Knights putting it together, but not following through. With 2.5 minutes remaining in this contest, and the air starting to leave the Palm Beach skate zone. The Fighting Knights had a fantastic start to this season. An awesome win against Florida Tech, as it looks like we're getting a timeout taken by Lynn University. A great start against Florida Tech. Had a win against University of Miami. Split with UCF, but the injuries have just been catching up. And I mean, you know, what else can they do at this point? We did mention, though, that this is a very cosmopolitan team. This team is well traveled. The average Lynn player, believe it or not, is 1,324 miles away from their hometown. That's a combined 36,000 miles of travel just to get to Lynn University on this team alone. If you calculate the geographic center of every player's hometown, it's Williamsport, Pennsylvania, better known as the home of the Little League World Series. Much of this team is from the New York and New England areas. There are players from Minnesota, players from Quebec, players from Alberta even. I mean, that's Drew Constant, who's surprised currently out with injury, but he's from Lethbridge, Alberta. That's quite the hike. That's north of Minnesota, close to Idaho. And the Fighting Knights are playing with desperation right now as Kaplan can't quite nail it down. Saucer clear. There's an empty net for Lynn University. And at this point, hey, why not? 2 minutes left. Let's get that extra forward out there. And now slowing it down is Cole Dixon. Andre now round the bend, out to Judge. They're going to crash the net. Merrill can't knock that puck down. Empty netter, 6-3. Marc-Andre having some words now with South Florida. And I'm not going to repeat most of what was just said. Someone called Marc-Andre a caveman. He is 6'4", 205 and hairy. But that's not the kindest thing to say. I'm not even going to figure out who scored that goal. I don't think it's worth it at this point as Dixon's back in the net. But the expletives are flying left and right for both of these teams. Long shot attempt wide right, 1:15 remains. And with a 3-goal lead at this point, I mean, this one's all but in the books. The Bulls would sure like to put a nail on the coffin, though, as Max Mudge is just holding on to it and killing time, sort of like our broadcast. Cooper Sexton, though, has it taken away. 45 seconds left. They're still fighting in one of the areas where, you know, camera can barely see. Dixon with 2 more saves. Longer shot off the skate of Urim. And the Fighting Knights will live up to their namesake and fight till the end. Urim can't get to it. Haley does. Haley's just holding on to it underneath us. Takes the long shot. Might as well get some target practice in. Wide left, 5 seconds left. That is all she wrote. The Lynn University Fighting Knights fall for their 6th game in a row. The injury bug is just too strong. And the USF Bulls continue to show why they are one of the best teams in South Florida. Perhaps a moral victory for the Fighting Knights, but not an actual one. At this point, that's all they've been getting, with 4 of their 6 opening night starters out on the bench with injuries. A 6-3 win, or 6-3 loss, I should say, is not necessarily surprising, but there were some great things from the Lynn defense. We saw the offense coming together at some crucial points, And you have to wonder how this will translate to tomorrow's game, because do not forget, we're back here same time, same place tomorrow night, same teams, Lynn USF, for game number 2 of this series. So do not forget to join us then. We appreciate every single one of you, though, who joined us tonight. My name is Sam Gelfand, and on behalf of everyone here and this broadcast crew at Lynn University and the ACHA, have a very good night wherever you may be.
We appreciate the sponsors making this broadcast possible. Adidas, you got this. Bauer Hockey, everything for the game. Dalmoro's Delray Beach, fresh pasta to go. Goldie's Gang, giving children the experiences of a lifetime. Howie's Hockey Tape, the world's highest quality hockey tape. The Boca Lobster Roll Company, now an independent franchise. The Palm Beach County Sports Commission, unrivaled in every way. Pure Passion Fitness, we do this out of pure passion. Ramen Lab Eatery, where flavor meets finesse. And Team Coalition, techniques for effective alcohol management. Fighting Knights fans, we need your help. Club sports rely on the generosity of viewers like you to afford equipment, facilities, and travel. Your kindness keeps our program going. Simply visit www.linhockey.com and click Donate